So guys, before we get into this video, let me take you through some of the reactions and headlines on the social media. Like this one says, Senator Ndume's admission on satellite failure is a national disgrace. This is coming from this human rights lawyer. He said, Senator Ndume, the longest serving senator in Nigeria's defense and army committees, has publicly admitted that Nigeria's satellite capacity cannot track terrorists. So guys, this lawyer is calling out Ndume. Ndume has been in that house for long and he has been chairing the committee of defense, but see how we are lagging behind. And this one here says, terrorists reportedly attacked school in Orun, Akwa Ibom, kidnapped several children. So guys, these are some of the headlines. And this one here says, if government cannot save us, we have right to call on international community. Obasanjo broke silence. So guys, when Peter Obi said it, they were crucifying Peter Obi. Ononuga said, Nigeria will never forget and Nigeria will never forgive Peter Obi. Now, Obasanjo is saying it. Let's see what his response is going to be. Breaking news, DSS summons Dati Baba Ahmed over inciting comment. Dati Baba Ahmed was on Arise TV news where he granted interview yesterday, but guess what? They said some of the comments he made there were insightful and the DSS has invited him. Now this one says this is coming from the Bishop of Niger State, where children from a private Catholic school were kidnapped. The bishop is saying no contact yet with gunmen who abducted 315 pupils, teachers from Nigerian Catholic school. Bishop, you know, he's saying that they've not heard from anybody. The government has not even told us anything, as in the parents are just left alone to mourn the absence of their children. And this one here said, extend hand of friendship to bandits, grant them amnesty. This is coming from an elder statesman from the north. He said Tinubu's government should grant amnesty to these terrorists so that they will stop their terrorism. So guys, you can see the problem of the north. The north is the one taking Nigeria backwards. You can imagine amnesty for terrorism. Hey, God, if these people were to be from the southeast, you know what the military would have done in the southeast? They would have cleared everybody, you know, both innocent and those that are not innocent. Everybody would have been they would have just destroyed people's lives like we saw during the time of Buhari. But now northerners are the ones terrorizing Nigeria and the leaders are asking for amnesty. The same thing they've been doing for Boko Haram, asking for repentance, and the Tinubu's government has been on that policy through Nuhu Ribadu, who is the NSA to the Tinubu's government. All of them Fulani people are all in power. The chief of defense is Fulani. The minister of defense, sorry. The minister of defense is Fulani. The NSA is Fulani. The minister of defense for state, Metawale, is Fulani. All of them. And that is why you see them pushing for pardon for all these terrorists. But people from the southeast, they call them whatever name and say they should be sentenced to life imprisonment. This is coming from Senator Ndume. He said, if senators earn far more than the armed forces, while those risking their lives for national security receive far less, the president must urgently prioritize a wage and salary increase for the armed forces and other security agencies. So many people have been calling on Tinubu to increase the salaries of these people so that they can, you know, do their job happily. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country, and you must have also heard that the EU has lambasted the Tinubu's government, saying abduction of over 300 Catholic school children in Nigeria shows Islamic terrorists feel untouchable and act above the law. They are above the law in Nigeria. And that is what the northern elder is saying, that they should give them amnesty because these people are above the law. Nobody's being prosecuted. Nobody's being called out. So guys, let me now allow you to take a look at this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Now take a look.
No matter what religion you belong to, no matter where you come from, no matter what profession, we Nigerians are being killed. And our governments seem to be incapable of protecting us. We are part of the world community. If our government cannot do it, we have right to call on the international community to do for us what our government cannot do for us. And for anybody to say because those who are being killed belong to this region, belong to this religion, belong to this tribe, and then others too are being killed, cannot be an acceptable excuse. Before I left government, I know we had capacity to pick up anybody in Nigeria who commits crime anywhere. The capacity that we didn't have then is after we have identified and located such a criminal, we have no capacity to be able to pick him up without moving on land or by air. Now we have capacity. With drones, you can sniff them up. You can take them out. Why are we not doing that? Why are we apologizing? Why are we negotiating?
Speaking for those of us who have put in place anti-open grazing laws, we have our reasons for doing it. And we have no apologies whatsoever. Now, grazing routes. Grazing route to where? From where to where? It's not going to work. And it's not working. Can anybody wake up one day and say, we will now take cows to Asoro to feed? We have passed that stage. Time changes. And we all must be prepared to change with time. Let cow, let beef, let it eat the rooftop. It will come down. Let it eat the rooftop. It will come down. Because if today, because of we want to eat beef, so people will be killing themselves. And it's because we don't want to ban the culture. People are killing themselves. Mr. President has said it. Anybody with AK-47 should be arrested. How many have been arrested? It's not issue of ethnicizing anything. We are saying if you have a culture that is destructive of the means of livelihood for others, the governors have a right to protect their own people. And they will do it. But it is not emotional. It's not an issue that has to do with emotion. It has to do with ethnicity. It has to do with means of livelihood. Your own means of livelihood you cannot use to destroy others.
I love when the incapable government of Nigeria, Poverty Development Party, they have nothing again to say. They now ask the integrity, the temerity, to question the qualification of General Buhari and look for a certificate. Shame on them. Today, Nigeria is challenged, economically challenged, physically challenged, security challenged. Who do we turn to? General Muhammad Buhari is the right man for the job. If you talk of military experience, he has it abundantly. If you talk of courage, he has it abundantly. If you talk of simplicity, he has it abundantly. If you talk of great determination, a combination of vision and ability to perform, honesty and integrity, he has it abundantly. I love when the incapable government of Nigeria, Poverty Development Party, they have nothing again to say. They now ask the integrity, the temerity, to question the qualification of General Buhari and look for a certificate. Shame on them. If they want to insult the armed forces institution, the military institution, they should change and turn to another cause. Don't go through Buhari. A Buhari went to cadet school, isn't it? Abi? He went to cadet school. You give him peep. Abi, what do they call that thing? Eh? From cadet school, you give him star. Abi? He became colonel. From colonel, to major, they don't talk. From major to brigadier, they no talk. From brigadier to general, they no talk. It's two generals so they come for war. And no talk. You say pass war. You send it to army school, London. It pass. Egbe law, Susan Ost.
And first, I think the first attempt was to see if they can break through where the sisters are living. That didn't happen. They were not able to break the place because when they came to the gate, they were asking where are the sisters living. The gateman said, well, they work here, but they don't live here. So they shot him and then forced the gate open. There's the other gate that leads to the school. They tried to, what do you call it now, force the gate that separated the sisters' convent and the school. That they didn't succeed. So eventually they now went to the hostel where we have the dormitory, where we have the children. And they were able to, they shot into the air because of, they shot into the air and everyone was scared. So many of them tried to escape, or many escaped into the bushes around. And so at the end of the day, they were able to make a way with some of them. And we don't know the number of pupils, students, and teachers taken away. As head count in the morning, when everywhere was calm, we had 303 pupils and students missing, and 12 teachers also not seen. And so we added that number to make it 315 that cannot be accounted for after taking the head count. Now this happened and so many of them went into the bush. And of course, when something happened and you run away from danger, the last thing you want to do is to go back to the same place. So some of them went, most of them went, those that escaped, they went into they went back home to their villages. And so when we started having calls of those that were reunited with their parents, so we're able to get 50 out of the 315, including staff and teachers that could not be accounted for. And out of that number, we deducted them from the 315. We now have 265 as at now. That is the number that is missing. This is what has happened.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, trenches. Good morning, Nigeria. I think say as people they talk about all these things, I don't know say will come to my domots. Yesterday I saw Mr. Tunde not post. I saw a guy that I know so much. Temple. We all thought Temple is dead. We thought Temple died from bomb blast, as my brother said, because my brother was among Temple team. Temple is not just a friend. Temple came with my brother in 2013 for my grandmother's burial. That was how I knew Temple personally. When my grandmother died in Imo State, Temple came for the burial. He came with my elder brother. They came on army uniform because they didn't spend time. They just spent 3 days and they went back to Maiduguri. Temple have saved my brother from death 1 or 2 times, which I know one of it. You understand? So they are very close and they are together in the same thing. On this fateful day, my brother called my mother and said they sentenced them to death. Temple, my brother name is Babylon. Ebere Egwekwe, his army name is Babylon. He's an intelligent army from Ojo Barak, Vokes. Said they sentenced them to death. What did you people do? They not do anything. They just sentenced una. Well, una go fight Chibogers. Sabisa forest matter. Una go just come out or just sentence una to death. Why? What? My mom asked. He said nothing. They did not do anything. They just sentenced them to death by hanging. Then my mama started to pray. My mama go enter New Benin market. All the market women go join my mama, they pray. They pray first speaking when my mama fete open womb. Now they want key because he go serve me. What about your friend Temple? Say now all of they did together. Say now even Temple, now be the person where they say make a sign, everything. Say, but tell her making all those kind of things, you know. They say na child's play. They don't put my brothers for underground prison. We try to reach him, enough. So after narrating the news, my mother started crying. From that day, I watched my mother bleeding of high blood pressure. I I was in school and they called me and said my mother is bleeding. They rushed her to the hospital. I tried to ask her what the problem is. She never admitted that her BP was high. She never admitted that she was passing through that, you know. After 2 years, my brother called and said they have released him. I think a year plus or so. So my mom asked him, I was small there in 2015 he came out. 2014, they locked them up and sentenced them to death. So 2015, when my brother came out, he called. We didn't hear from him. We just said, don't kill him. So we asked him, where by your friend? He said, Temple died for bomb blast. We say, okay. Wow. So when he come out, they talk about him. My brother cry. I meet my brother. They cry for backyard. I say, bros, waiting. Say, get waiting your apple just. I say, just take waiting apple for Meduguri. I say, wow. I say, Anabe. Any enemy no wish her to go there. I can't laugh. I can't say, you not gallant army now. Now why you go there? So what's the way forward? They said they transfer him to Abuja. So from Abuja, they transfer my brother back to Lagos. From Lagos, they now transfer him back to Ibadan. His property is still even in Ibadan. We have not even go to go and pack it since 3 years now that he died. So from that Ibadan, they transfer my brother back to Meduguri. Another 1 year again, it's Abisa Forest. So he said when he got there, I said they say Temple don't die for bomb blast. I was so surprised to see him yesterday. Even if I still young that time, 2014-15, I still remember that guy. I said, now Temple be this. I showed my mama, I say, I can't fair. I saw the underground jail for 7 years plus, going to 8 years. It's supposed fair now. So not the bitter, not the sis guy. Army job who fair, who black. So my brother can't go back to that Meduguri. He come back. We can't do Thanksgiving. So I said they come and bring woman come when he want marry. I liked her. From that day, I turned and said, now my wife, I go they call you. You know, I took her first delivery because I was working in the hospital. Now me personally did on duty that day. I tell you, I beg our daughter, I said I will take this delivery. So that was how it happened. So one day my brother said no, they said they dismiss you. After you don't go fight how many years, they say carry you go back. Even the Oga, he said one there was a commander that came one day and said, Ebere, you still there Meduguri? He said, yes, sir. They transfer him back to Meduguri. So now that Oga I tell them they release him. Say, Ebere is not supposed to be here, blah blah blah. Say they come tell and say he go resign. He say he never argue because he himself don't tire. All his friends don't die. All his team don't die. He won't go back. He even know too much where be say he no go fit stay. He won't go back. My brother come back to Benin. We do Thanksgiving. We happy. You can't go back to a barrack where they stay. My birthday, July. Fast forward to July 2022. My birthday was 27. 29 nights. I had my birthday. In the morning, early morning, police call us. Say, now whether we know this also owner of this phone. Yes, that's our brother's phone. Meanwhile, my elder sister don't see somebody post rest in peace on Facebook. You've not even contact somebody family that the person died and you've already posted the person picture to write rest in peace. So immediately I commented on the person post. I say, how dare you? That's my elder brother. Please take this post down. That was how the person took the post down of my brother rest in peace picture. So we called his phone. I think they have been calling my mom. They can't reach my mom. You know, all these children of nowadays, if they want to save your number, they don't save it with mommy again. They save it with maybe love name. So that's why they couldn't get my mom. So my mom called. Behold, we collected the phone from my mom because they didn't tell her. So they told my brother. I think my younger brother was in Nigeria. Then they told my younger brother. They told my elder brother again. There was one. I have another elder brother and my elder sister and me. We are 5 in number. But since he's dead, we are now 4. He's the overall senior. So police say my brother get accident. Now they rescue him. Now they. I see body. Now they constantly commode the motor for the accident scene. Carry and go station in overnight. Oh, he died. He get accident 8 p.m. in the morning for Ijebu-Ode road. We don't from Bini go Ijebu, not too far. When we reach Ijebu, when my elder brother reach Ijebu-Ode around 1, all these pictures, they are all available. When my brother reach Ijebu-Ode around 1 p.m., they asked the police, where's my brother? Since he died yesterday night, it's supposed the police station there. They say he mortuary. Okay, take us to the mortuary. Where is this car? A car on this station. We will not even see the accident scene. So we follow them to the mortuary. Now only my brother and I in the mortuary. No other person for mortuary. Where they for go mortuary, be like from here to Kafacham. So they say they not carry body come out again that night because they don't dark. Behold, they reach there, they don't embalm my brother. I think say before they embalm dead body, you go fair let the family confirm if not they get this speaking. They embalm my brother. Nadia can't no say, oh, they cry where this boy they cry. Where I go catch him, they cry. Something they get waiting they know. You get waiting they know where they not talk. Where be say if una still come out, they see they find all of una. I'm not sure say any of that team remain. Only Temple they remain. Even the ones where they will leave, all of them they remain. When I see my brother picture, because I don't feel look am. When I see dead body where they don't embalm am, he not get injury. They say he motor somersault. He fall top of her. My brother don't get injury. It was so clean. They don't shave him. It was so clean. Everything was okay. The only injury where my elder brother gets for that accident, a leg break, bone come aside. That be the accident. We had the leg for break now, yeah. That the leg for break when the bone come out. You don't get bruises of accident for body. They ask again inside this year. It's still they fresh my brain. I say the people where get accident with my brother, where them? They say when they rush, they go hospital. They can't forget my brother for that motor. Say that when they don't reach hospital, they can't say where driver. I say no clear. Then they carry people go hospital for get driver. My brother said so they tell me. That's okay. This one at this year, I asked my brother this question. I say, the people where get accidents with them, they don't injure. How they dey? Nobody check on them for hospital. They say they don't already reach before they don't say they don't carry my brother. I said, okay, oh. I said, okay. My family, that the family went on the care. If something happen to they don't vote, they go just take us as God they talk am. Now only we the grandchildren, then they stand say it does stop waiting the apple, make the apple finish. You see my papa people. Then my dad, they don't like stress. No, they don't like fights. That's why my brother said that they bury and they don't know what say happen. They don't even know how it take. The thing not clear. Motor self, they just police said no, no pay anything. Is a military person, yeah. So they call your postcard and go mortuary with the embalmer before your papa, mama, or his sisters and brothers confirm say that their family member be this. They don't embalmer with us, may find way so that we'll not say yes, they do good job. And I be the only person where they that mortuary place. We'll check. They don't remove anything for your body before they bury him. Surprisingly, Temple comes. I believe my brother with 2 children. His wife was even pregnant before she died. Before my brother died. The wife was pregnant before my brother died. 2 children that made they train them for school. Officer, I sold one of my goods to change their school. Just because of these circumstances that is happening. My brother is nowhere to come and pay their school fees anymore. Now me carry the cross for head. They know they settle army wife. Any army when they never see they settle wife. They don't even say okay, compensate them with this. Not to talk of somebody where go Sambisa forest, go fight. They still accuse them, say why they go to confront their commander, go sentence them to death by anger. Omo, this country not just be army, not trying. Say you want to go serve Nigeria, not trying. Instead go be farmer. Farmer would live long, pass army.
Can you give us a clear picture of what exactly transpired last week Friday, exactly a week today, when those children were taken? Thank
you for having me and good morning to you all. This is actually what happened. Friday between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., the school was surrounded by bandits. And I think the first attempt was to see if they can break through where the sisters are living. That didn't happen. They were not able to break the place because when they came to the gate, they were asking where are the sisters living. The gate man said, well, they work here, but they don't live here. So they shot him and then forced the gate open. That's the other gate that leads to the school. They tried to, what do you call it now, force the gate that separated the sisters' convent and the school. That they didn't succeed. So eventually they now went to the hostel where we have the dormitory, where we have the children. And they were able to, they shot into the air because of, they shot into the air and everyone was scared. So many of them tried to escape, or many escaped into the bushes around. And so at the end of the day, they were able to make away with some of them. And we don't know the number of pupils, students, and teachers taken away. As a head count in the morning, when everywhere was calm, we had 303 pupils and students missing, and 12 teachers also not seen. And so we added that number to make it 315 that cannot be accounted for after taking the head count. Now this happened and so many of them went into the bush. And of course, when something happened and you run away from danger, the last thing you want to do is to go back to the same place. So some of them went, most of them went, those that escaped, they went into they went back home to their villages. And so when we started having calls of those that were reunited with their parents, so we're able to get 50 out of the 315, including staff and sisters that could not be accounted for. And out of that number, we deducted them from the 315. We now have 265 as at now. That is the number that is missing. This is what has happened.
All right. So
and this information is in public.
Yes, indeed, because we did see a statement from the president. Actually, yes, from the president, not the presidency. Now, on Sunday, confirming that I think that they even said 51 students were reunited with their parents and they were home with their parents. So can you speak to us about what this controversy is really about? Because we are now hearing, and Mr. Bayo Onanuga, who is the president's special advisor, says he was quoting the Niger State government that they did receive information prior to that time that there could be a security breach and that there was like a word-of-mouth transmission to schools asking them to shut down. Did you receive, or did St. Mary's Catholic School receive such an information?
Well, what I do know is that in 2021/2022, we had rumors that the school would be attacked. So what we did was to shut down the school immediately and close the place. We now reinforce the security system there that we have in place. The students who are supposed to write their final exams that year, we relocated to Kontagora so that they will not miss out. So the place was shut for 5 months while we built the security fence and employ more security men to mind the gate. Now, when we're able to do that, we now resume as other schools are running. Since then, we have not had anything, no any verbal warning, no any written warning that we should close the school until this incident happened. This is exactly what happened.
So this particular accusation or this particular information has come as a surprise to you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm surprised because if on our own side, in 2021, 2022, we could close the school for mere rumor that the school be attacked, I see no reason why we should have that kind of instruction and not obey it. If on our own, we could do that, as I've just said.
Part of also what we heard, because you have confirmed that 265 people are currently unaccounted for, and that's the number you suspect are currently with the bandits. This includes, yes. It still includes 12 teachers. When you say 12 members of staff, are we looking at Reverend Sisters? Because I imagine that the Reverend Sisters are also a part of the teaching staff. No, the Reverend Sisters, as I said at the beginning, when they attempted to break into the convent, they didn't succeed. So the sisters are safe. They are with us now. So the number we have now is between the pupils, students, and the staff that are missing. So what is this controversy about not wanting to release the names of those who have been abducted so far? Well, as far as we know, as I said, that after the whole thing happened, we had 315 that could not be accounted for during the head count. Now, when we are able to, when those that escaped started calling that they have been reunited with their parents, we have to deduct that from the 315, and we now had 265. And this message has been found, it's in the public now, which we have forwarded.
to all those that's supposed to have it.
What we're saying is, do you have the names of those who are still within the clutches of the abductors?
Yes, we have it in public. We have the names of the 265. We have the names of those who returned. The 50, we also have it in public. We have made this public.
Does the Niger State government have it, as well as the DSS authorities? Because they say that they have been asking for it.
Yes, I have forwarded it to His Excellency.
His Excellency, the governor, you mean?
Yes, the governor, yes.
When was this done?
Well, I think that was Saturday, Sunday, when we were, this thing happened on Friday. So we were still having some confusion of who is missing and who is not missing. Until after Saturday, Sunday, we were able to bring out the real names, the real number that were missing after those who were reunited with their parents. I came back, because at the initial stage, as I said, we had 315, but when we now had 50 that reunited with their parents, we have to deduct that. And all the list of those who returned, we also have it in public, which I forwarded to all the relevant authorities.
Well, we're really sad about everything that's going on, and the fact that this has happened at a school where children just wanted to get some education, and then we're seeing a lax that has led to what we're now discussing. When it comes to the kidnapping itself, have you heard anything from the kidnappers? Have they asked for ransom? Is there anything that has been said?
Well, so far, we have not had any contact with them. As I'm speaking now, I've not had any call with regard to the abductors.
The National Assembly started talking about the Safe Schools Initiative. I remember it was after the Chibok kidnapping, $10 million was the initial pledge for the Safe Schools Initiative. I want to find out from you, as someone who's been running this school for a very long time, has there ever been any Safe School Initiative conversation or any deployments that have been made to any of the schools, or even the school that that we're all talking about right now since 2010? Has there been any kind of initiative towards protecting schools in your state?
Well, I can say on my state, only the schools that we are aware of, the one that we own, that is owned by the diocese. And I told you what happened when we had the rumor that this is what is going to happen, and we shut the place and beef up the security there. That is what we, on our own part, we have done. So that could be happening maybe in the government school and other schools, but for our own, our own is a mission school. So we just try to do what we can to protect the lives of the students and pupils there.
We're listening to the Niger State governor. Officially, schools are closed in Niger State. Is that correct?
Yes, I think after that incident, there was a meeting on Saturday, if I remember very well, and we had the circular that all schools should be closed.
What impact do you think that would have?
When the incident... Sorry?
What impact do you think that would have on the education of the students?
Well, we have devastated, and that will affect especially the enrollment, because with that kind of thing, it's really going to affect enrollment in the first place. I think that will be what we suspect be the first disadvantage.
Another conversation that came up when the schools were closed, and of course this is going on across the country, is that typically in states where the schools are closed down, they usually do not open up afterwards. Is that the situation in Niger as well?
Well, as I said, that we closed our school on our own. When we heard that there was room on 2021, 2022 for 5 months until we improved the security before we, before we reopen again. So, and since then we have not had anything that we should close the school because of the security situation. So our school have been running.
Your Lordship,
since then.
I'm a little curious, where precisely did this controversy now emanate from? Because the impression that one got listening to Mr. Onanuga is that there has been a lack of cooperation between the authorities, especially the Christian Association of Nigeria, of which I know that the Catholic Church is a part of, and the Niger State government, which also has reflected in the relationship that you have with the security agencies. Where did this come from?
Well, as I said, that all the necessary information that we are supposed to make available, when they were available, we made them available. So the controversy, well, I don't know where that controversy is coming from, because when Mr. Onanuga's interview took place, already we have made the information that was requested available.
Were you able to reach out to him or to anybody else around him to be able to say, but this information is already out there? Why did you say this?
Well, I've not been able to reach him because what is happening at the moment, after we collected all the information that is needed and forwarded to them, we are now seeing how to help the people that are affected, by calling them to calm down and to pray and to hope that the government will do the needful.
Have you been able to reach out to the Niger State government as well? Because he seemed to have been quoting the Niger State government, even going to the extent of saying that it's now strongly in doubt as to whether or not, students were even taken in the state.
Well, I've been in contact with him from time to time. He calls me any update. And so I will send him all the information that is needed. Is there any contact? I say, no, I've not heard anything.
So till now, the bandits haven't, the terrorists haven't reached out to any authorities within, because I know that, the Catholic Church and CAN, they're two separate organizations. Have you heard from CAN as well to, find out perhaps maybe they're relating with CAN instead of the Catholic Church?
Well, as of now, I've not heard anything that CAN, maybe whether CAN was contacted or not, but we have not had any contact with any of the abductors for now.
How hopeful? Because people are worried. I mean, you have the school is a comprehensive school in the sense that it has children in primary school, it has children in secondary school. I don't know, I imagine it also is also a nursery school as well. Were any children taken from the nursery section of the school?
Well, it's a village area. So when we talk of nursery school, nursery primary, there are children from 7 and above. So it's a place where there is no school in the village. Most of these, 99% of them, they are villagers. So before they bring them to school, they are between 7 and 8 years. And so we cannot begin with them the normal learning. So they have to put them in what we call nursery primary school to get the normal reading before they are moved to the next level of education. So when we say we have nursery and primary, it's not really toddlers who are still running around on their own. No, there are puppies who are already moving around, who could do so many things on their own from 8 to 10, 14 and above. So that is why we have the primary and nursery school. And because in the villages, there are no, there are no schools. Most of them live in the interior place. And so that is why we're able to make that provision so that they too will also have opportunity to send their children to school.
So you can confirm to us that some, even though you say that they are old enough to have been in primary school, some children who are currently enrolled as nursery school children were taken as well. Your Lordship, did you get my question?
Sorry, I think.
I was saying that, are you also confirming that even though these children are old enough to be in primary school, because you say that the children who are in nursery school are not exactly toddlers or, yes, very tender age, so to speak. Are you confirming that some of them who were enrolled as nursery school children were also taken as well?
Yes, we have some of them taken as well, because they are, there is the primary and nursery session that they were able to break. That is why we just have a large number of them taken from that section. The secondary school is only about 14 students because they were unable to break the other place. So when we talk of nursery, they are from 7, 8 and above. So that even though they have passed that stage, but because it's a village area and they needed to have some readings before they move to the next level of education.
So majority of the children who were taken were from the primary school section?
Yes.
Do you want to give us a breakdown, please?
Well, from the, from the secondary school, we had only 14 students taken. And from the primary school, that is why we had a large number. And when you remove 12, that is the teachers from the 65, and then 14 from the secondary school, the remaining are the number of those who are taken from primary school.
So you have 239 children taken away from primary school?
Yes, exactly.
I want to get what's going on with the security agencies. What kind of cooperation are you getting from security agencies as they work towards the rescue of these kidnapped children?
Well, I believe they have been their work to see that the children are rescued, pupils are rescued. I think they are doing their work to see that that is done.
But they're not communicating with you?
Well, the one I've been communicating with is the DSS in Aguara, who has been calling me, and most of the information that we have been getting, especially the details, I've forwarded it to him. The police at the depot in Aguara, they called to say that the sisters are to go and make a statement, which we have sent the sisters, and they have they went to the people's office in Aguara, and they have gone to give the statement and the details and the names of all those that are missing. We have all these details with them.
Yeah.
Submitted.
What about the parents of the children? How are they faring right now?
Well, of course, they are traumatized and they are worried, so they are all looking for. We are praying and hoping that by the grace of God, their children will be released. Everyone is traumatized. In fact, recently now, 2 days ago, 2 of the parents, 1 woman and 1 man, who heard that they have died.
I mean, we saw that headline. I didn't quite understand it. What happened? Is the shock or the trauma that caused their death?
So probably.
I mean, and then there's supposed to be some kind of support for parents at times like this. Is that something that's been, provided for them so that they can be hopeful? Is there any kind of support that is going on to the parents right now?
Well, at the moment, as I said, it's a rural area. And if there is any support that we can say we have been given, is this prayer and asking them to become, hoping that something concrete will be done to see that their children are returned safely. So in fact, sometimes they call me to even sympathize with me that they are with me in their prayer, hoping that everything will be done. So we are kind of supporting each other in form of prayer, form of advice. And so whatever information, whatever is happening, we also try to say that we are doing our best to see that their children are rescued.
Your Lordship, we continue to hope and pray that the children will be safely returned to you as well as their parents, and that they'll be back home safely. But you did mention that in 2021, 2022, on the basis of a rumor, you did try to strengthen and fortify the perimeters of the school and put in some security measures. Yet it would seem that some parts of it were breached. What more do you think that you could have done to have prevented, or what more do you think could have happened to prevent such a massive abduction of students from being taken from your school?
Well, as I said, that we have done our best to see that the place is secured, and there is no amount of security measure you will take that there will be no lapses and signs. So we have been able to do what we are able to do and what the situation is there now. But we are hoping that I think we still need to do more in time to secure the place. So what we have done is what we are able to do when we had the rumor, and to secure the place and the pupils and students.
The reason I ask this is because you did say that something was done, and we're having this conversation. I mean, I'm sure you are following what is also happening at the National Assembly. The National Assembly is currently having a conversation on the Safe Schools Initiative. Some people will think that, when perimeter fencing is done, a gate is there, and some other things have been done. I don't know what else needs to be done, but that this should be able to limit the incursion of these terrorists into our schools. Now, if your school already did that, and yet over 200 children, close to 300, were taken from the school at once in one fell swoop, there will be questions as to what more needs to be done. I want to believe that you want to be a part of these larger conversations as to how our schools can actually be made safer, because the hope is that when the children come back, and we pray that they'll be back soon, and maybe after they have been counseled and encouraged to go back to school, that they will be able to stay there knowing that their safety is guaranteed. What more do you think needs to be done to give parents and even those who will be teaching them the assurance that we're learning in safety?
Yeah, with all that we have been able to do, if the school is to resume, I think it's to beef up security and to have more security people around, be able to mind the school. With all that we have been able to do, I think we need more security people around to secure the place, apart from what we have been able to put in place to guard the school and then the staff and those who are working there. So more security forces be deployed in all these places that we have schools.
Your Lordship, just out of curiosity, and it's actually someone that just asked that question, hundreds of girls, how were they taken away? Was it a truck? Was it a coast? How was the kidnapping done? Were they made to walk in a straight line into the bush? How did it happen?
Well, when they broke into the school, what happened was that, in fact, those who escaped, they heard them saying, let us take more so that we'll have more money. What happened that they broke this thing, they took as many as possible, and they had vans and motorcycles. In fact, those villagers that woke up in the morning part, one of the parents, he saw them because some of the vans broke down on the way, and so they have to lead them on foot into the bush. I mean, the road where they were taking. Some of the parents saw them when they were passing, but there was nothing they could do, you know.
Mm. So vans, motorcycles, some of the vans broke down.
Yes.
They made them walk.
Yes, yes.
Mm. Were they all armed?
Pardon?
Were the terrorists, were they all armed? Those who came to take the children?
I suspected they were armed. They were armed. I don't think they will go like that without being armed. They are armed.
The reason I ask this is because we also know that quite a number of communities in, in places now have vigilante groups that usually carry some sort of local rifles. I do not know if Papiri community is one of those that has got a vigilante group, and maybe they try to activate it knowing that they could be on the trail of these children. Are you aware of any such information?
Well, the time this thing happened, it was in the night between 1 and 3. So I'm not aware of any group that came as vigilante group in that area to maybe pursue them or to go after them.
You said that the security man was shot, or he was asked some questions and then he was shot. Was he killed?
No, he didn't. He's recuperated.
In
fact, I visited him. I visited him in the hospital where he's receiving treatment.
Okay, he was shot in his leg or where?
Well, he was shot not in the leg, but the bullet passed through his private part, but he was okay. I think it's recuperating.
Well, Your Lordship, we have to thank you so much for speaking with us this morning and shedding light on the situation in Niger State. We continue to hope for the safe return of these people who are still within the custody of terrorists. 265 of them, you've confirmed to us, are currently within the clutches of terrorists. 12 of them, you say, are teachers. 253 of them are, beg your pardon, yeah, 253 of them are students. 14 of them are secondary school students, while 239 of them are within the nursery and the primary school system. And we sincerely hope that very soon, in no distant time, we will hear about the rescue or the return of these children. Once again, our commiserations with you.
Yeah, so I also want to thank you very much for this interview. And I want to thank all those who have been calling to support us with prayers, with advice, with what we need at this moment. So I'm also calling on the government, especially the federal government and the state government, to help us come to the rescue of these those who have been abducted. So this is my appeal.